I'm sure many of the people who either played or at least knew what Yume Nikki was are now old heads who either became successful in life or sit at their desk 24/7 being a Reddit or admin for free. But for the unfortunate kids growing up in the 2000s, and I mean like Gen Z being born in the 2000s, couldn't even use a computer yet, that didn't get to experience this game when it came out, this is gonna be a general overview of the game from my experience to help you decide whether or not you should try out Yume Nikki. Yume Nikki is a 2004 horror adventure game that was created by Japanese developer Kikiyama. This game is about a girl named Madotsuki who goes to sleep in her single room apartment apparently, despite looking like she's young. I don't know how she's affording the rent. The player controls her for the game and explores her dreams by walking into different doors that lead to different dream worlds, where you as the player walk around and explore each world looking for pretty much anything to either interact with or collect. While at first not being clear, eventually you realize that some of the items you pick up can be used to change the appearance of your character. Your main task in this game is to collect 24 items, or eggs as they can also be referred to, and bring them back to the beginning where all the doors were at. Doing so will give you an ending for the game, which I won't spoil since I think you should go see it for yourself. The other aspect of this game is horror. As I said, it was a venture horror game. That's because during the game you will stumble upon some disturbing, unsettling, or even just weird sights that you can see, interact with, or even hear. Some of the things you'll encounter are dead bodies, decapitated limbs, weird imagery, and this shit. One thing to note is that nothing in the game can hurt or kill you. Even with that being said, I don't think that makes you feel any safer. In my experience playing the game, I never got the feeling I was completely safe, and instead, I always felt like I was on edge, like the feeling of constantly needing to shit when you play like a horror game. That's because to me, most of the locations in this game feel empty and lonely, which can make you feel anxious or even scared since you're the only one exploring these places. So whenever I would find anything new, whether it be an item, a new world within a world, or even an interactable NPC, I would feel relief or excitement in that moment, and then a few minutes later I would go back to searching. By the way, quick tip, if you're gonna play this game, you should obtain the bike first as I show you here, because it makes traversing convenient and much faster. Of course, the game has its good moments of nice music, nice songs to listen to as you explore some of the various worlds, and then some of the music will just straight up put you on the edge with this ominous sounding music. In the game, you'll also find other characters and this weird shadow monster called Oboa that you only have 1 in a 64th chance of encountering in a certain location. I'll show you the clip here because I actually attempted this while I was playing the game, and then I almost gave up, but then I actually got the event. They called it the Oboa event, and I actually was able to record this part of the game and can demonstrate to you guys what it looks like. As for items or eggs, when you pick them up, some of them are just funny to use and make some funny noises and will change the appearance of your character as well. Some of these items will have effects that can affect NPCs or even interact with the environment around the player that can help lead to more exploration, as I demonstrate here using the stoplight to stop this Torininga from actually putting me in this box over here. As I demonstrate the first clip is what happens when you let the Torininga capture you. It puts you in a box that you can't escape, and you're just gonna have to restart. It's gonna send you back and you have to start your search all over again. But if you use the stoplight to actually prevent it'll help you progress faster and make things more easy. A little bit of a fun fact to know is that Kikiyama, the developer I mentioned at the beginning of this video, is actually the pseudonymous name that he goes under. The reason I say pseudonymous is because apparently little is known about the creator who developed this game using RPG Maker 2003, and to this day still stayed anonymous. Little is still known about his personal life or even his real name. As far as my search for the developer, I found pretty much nothing about him. However, in February 3rd of this year, the creator of Undertale, Toby Fox, had managed to conduct an interview with Kikiyama. Unfortunately, not much came out of this interview except for one thing, and it was that Kikiyama had no prior knowledge developing games with RPG Maker engine and had pretty much created designs for the game on paper before developing them in-game. But as far as anything about his personal life, any information on the developer of the game, there is none to be known. The only reason I mention this is because I believe this kind of adds mystery to the game, making it more mysterious on who created it and why. All in all, this video is just a general summary about Yume Nikki and its story, gameplay, and setting. There is a lot more to enjoy, as the small but dedicated community surrounding this game have come up with some of the most interesting theories of their interpretations for this game and its story. To me, this is what I think captivates most players into its story, because it lets the player think for themselves and come up with their own interpretations of the game as to what they just played and experienced, as well as share these thoughts with other players and see what other people have to say about the game. Overall, if this video has helped you decide to try this game now, or at least piqued your interest in it, that's good enough for me. And in all honesty, I just really wanted to talk about this game because to me, the game is mysterious, and that's what gives Yume Nikki its charm and made it stick with me even after finishing the game. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, and if you want to share your experiences with the game, put them down in the comments below. That's all for now. See ya.
Subscribe, bozo.